Satanism is a religious philosophy that unflinchingly embraces man as just another animal. Art is a creative endeavor reflecting the individual who makes it, as well as the cultural milieu in which it is created. It is a selective, aesthetically motivated product drawing upon human experiences, including those direct actual experiences, as well as those indirectly achieved through imagination or through any existing media for transmitting information. There are decorative and illustrative arts that have specific ornamental and functional purposes beyond the expression of the artist's personal take on what is important about being a human. Here I'm dealing with art forms intended as monuments to their creator's inimitable perspective. Satanists can find several artistic isms to be suitable paths for Satanic artists, and naturally these can be mixed according to the unique tastes of each creator. This is not an exhaustive survey, but merely intended to give pointers for further research to enhance your understanding of a broad range of possibilities. Realism. Since our philosophy embraces an unvarnished look at the reality of our human existence, this form of expression in literature, narrative, and visual arts is obviously sound practice for any Satanist artist. Naturalism. Insofar as this is a means for exploring truths about nature, it is certainly a Satanic approach. The naturalists in visual arts were influenced by Darwinian ideas and saw nature as the dominant force. Literary proponents didn't flinch from what others might consider vulgarity. Scientific concepts supported aesthetic choices for artists in this school. Romanticism. In art and literature, this is a means for creating highly personalized systems of symbols and subjective worlds of heightened emotions. Supernatural elements are often employed because of their emotional impact. The heroism of the individual is celebrated in this form that was influenced by concepts of freedom arising in the French Revolution. Expressionism. Particularly in its application to horror films and film noir, this is a method for depicting a dark and hostile world full of struggle. The earliest works were wildly unrealistic and meant to explore the psychology of madness through use of geometrically harsh sets and grotesque makeup. American crime films define the world from a cynical, fatalistic perspective, with the outcome of the drama often being harsh, though at times the struggle for integrity might pay off, but only after sufficient angst is experienced. Idealism. Satanists adopt a pragmatic view concerning their interactions with the world, hence pie-in-the-sky idealism is unsuitable. The best of all possible worlds philosophy, so diabolically mocked by Voltaire in his Candide, is not one that is embraced by Satanists, who are anything but starry-eyed. However, Satanists know that both socially and politically, the nations in which they exist are artificial constructs, just as are the justice systems which are in effect in them. So a Satanic artist would feel free to create artworks which depict the implementation of principles which he himself would prefer to see enacted in the actions of his fellow humans. This can be dramatized in an idealistic projection in which Satanic justice is carried out in ways not currently probable. An excellent way of exploring various idealistic depictions is through fantasy, both of the science fiction type as well as in historical or fantastic reimaginings of past societies. This can be projections of an is-to-be, and creations of this sort have magically become, in some instances, self-fulfilling prophecies. Surrealism. This school of artistic creation was meant initially as a way to explore dark regions of the human consciousness, juxtaposing seemingly incongruous images or concepts so that, through dynamic synthesis, a greater understanding could be reached of the psychology of the human animal. Since Satanism is concerned with ever deepening its grasp of the functions of the mind and human behavior, this genre can provoke a potent method for continuing to define the nature of the human beast. The nature of the human beast. Since Satanism cherishes individualism as one of its primary values, the aesthetically inclined Satanists would generally appreciate any artist's work that strongly captured the individual personality of that artist. That does not mean that this work is going to be selected to be amongst favorite or even preferred artistic experiences. Uniqueness and originality are but two standards for artistic evaluation. Satanists tend to define their true favorites as being created by unique artists who present a worldview which shares some congruity with that of the appreciator, or which so powerfully depict a worldview that is not congruent but is deeply affecting on an emotional or intellectual level to the Satanist experiencing that work. The Satanists I've known have always been very picky about whatever artistic creation on which they choose to spend their precious time. There's so much out there, both from past and present artists. One needs to discriminate with care. Hence the function of a wise critic is crucial. Finding a critical writer who shares your values can be vital. He'll filter out the crap and present the prizes on a silver platter so you can head right to them. The Satanic artist has a broad range of expression open to him. I know that our creative members may take the above isms and synthesize new, refreshing modes for expressing their nonpareil visions. Our infernal artists will provide through their darkly inspired creations a reflection of their own perspective on our kind, which will enrich the lives of those who choose to experience such works, and give them food for thought in their quest towards deeper understanding of our species. Satanic aesthetics.